Our cat was meowing loudly, so I went to check and found my wife. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. My 30F wife cheated on me on Friday night with my best friend, also a gay woman, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Friend had come over for a movie night, we had some drinks, I went to bed and they stayed up drinking and watching a show they both like. I walked in on them fooling around a few hours later when I went to check on the cat because I could hear him meowing. I feel humiliated and betrayed and I don't know how to move past this. I want to stay with my wife. We have been together for 4 years and have a wonderful life together. But I don't know how I'm ever supposed to trust her again. Towards the beginning of our relationship I found out that she was flirting with other girls online, which we discussed and she realized this was unacceptable behavior. But also our relationship started because of mutual infidelity with each other. We were both in very unhealthy relationships when we met, and built a friendship over that as we were helping each other navigate our way out. And then that eventually blossomed into more than friendship as our corresponding relationships ended. I know my wife inside out and I know that she is prone to low self-esteem, depression, self-sabotage and self-centeredness, and she is genuinely remorseful and guilty and upset with herself. I love her and can't imagine my life without her. And I know she loves me and that she never meant to hurt me. We have always been one of those soppy, sickly sweet codependent couples who are happy in their own world and don't need anyone else. Which is why this is such a shock to me, even though it isn't new behavior if that makes sense. In my own selfish way, I'm not willing to give up our lovely little life together. I suffer from GAD, depression, and OCD tendencies, and over the last 4 years with my wife I have found total happiness, and how to be joyful in life. I just don't know how to trust someone who has hurt me, especially after we have been here to a lesser degree before. I have sent an email to a counselor for couples therapy, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do in the meantime. I don't really have any close friends, and I'm all alone in my apartment. I asked my wife to go stay with her parents, relying on the cat and on Netflix to pass the time. I can't get the image of them out of my head, especially not when I'm in the living room, so I've basically been nesting in bed. Update, it's been 3 weeks of trying. We both were already in counseling, have tried being apart for a week, moved back in together, have talked a lot etc. And I honestly just don't know if I can stay with her. I am traumatized, heartbroken, and confused. I know she is genuinely remorseful, but I just don't think I will be able to get over what happened. So I am considering separation/divorce. However, I am scared of being alone, because I have a history of anxiety, depression, BPD, and PTSD. And that's without what happened 3 weeks ago coming into the mix. She was my whole world, my best friend, my partner in everything. I am anxious about being alone and lonely, but also at the prospect of not having her there by my side anymore like I have gotten so used to. Update 2, it's been a long and difficult month but I'm finally making progress with my life. I've applied to rent a room in a lovely place with a flatmate who seems super nice. I'm doing what's best for me and it feels so empowering. 6-month minimum lease, which gives me and WS plenty of time to figure our own SHT out, and work out whether we can ever come back from her betrayal. I am going to therapy weekly, have had a relaxed Christmas with my mom, and have been practicing a ton of self-care lately. Things are working out for me in a way I never would have thought possible a few weeks ago. Update 3, D-Day was around 6.5 weeks ago. Wayward wife and I are going to try a trial separation, and try to build our relationship back up from basically dating again. However, because of COVID, she's struggling to find a place to stay for a few months. After D-Day I spent a chunk of my time at my mother's, some time in our place on my own. And we have been living together again while she tries to sort somewhere to live because we both thought it would be very temporary. It's been 2-ish weeks now though, and while we are sleeping in separate rooms, both of us are at home all day. So I feel like I'm in this weird sort of limbo where I can't relax because I'm just waiting for her to move out so I can grieve and process everything and heal alone. I thought it would be difficult after the holidays and with COVID to find her a short-term flat share or whatever. But I didn't think it would take so long that we would basically be roommates. I hate it because while she's my best friend and I love hanging out with her 24/7 ordinarily, nowadays I struggle to look at her without sadness and resentment. And I think about what she did all the time. We have some laughs, eat dinner together, and sometimes hang out, but it's really difficult and my moods have been all over the place. Update 4, so about a week or so ago I decided I needed a proper temporary separation, of a couple months at least, and that rebuilding the relationship from the ground up seemed like the best idea. I love her and she's my best friend, so I want to try to save this and see if it works. Anyway, she moved out today. And part of me feels relieved and glad to have the space to myself, but there's a huge part of me that feels devastated and misses her. Has anyone else been through this, and how did you get past the sadness? Recently I've been feeling so mad at her because I feel like us living together again has taken the pressure off of her having to work on our reconciliation. If that makes sense. And I can't stop thinking about what she did. I also have the visuals since I walked in on her ONS, yay, feeling utterly heartbroken and betrayed, and wondering how I'll ever get over it. My insomnia is worse than it's ever been, and I'm in such a deep funk of depression and fatigue. But now she's actually gone, I feel so profoundly sad. This sucks so much. Why are things never simple? Update 5, we are managing to have fun together now, laugh like we used to, organize cute lockdown dates a couple times a week, and she's been so lovely and good throughout all this. She knows I have abandonment and trust issues, and I have asked her to be a bit more affectionate and attentive than usual so I don't go into she doesn't love me paranoia as often. But I'm really struggling with BPD euphoria/depression, and the fact that one day I'll be so happy and positive and hopeful. And the next day I'll be wanting someone to take me away and lock me up so I don't have to deal with all this crap. When I'm having a good day, there's always that little voice in the back of my mind that tells me it's not going to last and that it's not real. I'm just coping better than usual, and the thing is, the voice is right. I have medication which really helps, but the ups and downs are still there and they make it really difficult to move on. I lull myself into a false sense of security and happiness, and then I'm back to feeling hopeless and hating everything and everyone. For example, we just had a great evening together last night for the Super Bowl, a tasty breakfast together this morning, and although I feel exhausted and sleepy today, I was happy we got to hang out and have a good time. Then, she kissed me goodbye, and I broke down in tears because I miss being cute and smoochy with her like we used to. We have always been really physically affectionate and clingy with each other. Just poof. And the moment was ruined. Now I feel completely drained and devoid of emotion and have spent the rest of the day in bed. I have loads of self-care things that I do for myself when I'm down. But when things like this happen where I'm splitting and I can't function, none of them work and I am unable to physically do them. TV and snacks in bed with the cat is about all I can manage. Last update, I realized that things just aren't the same anymore, and she's not making some of the changes I needed to see to stay together. I have decided that we should try a trial separation again. We are still going to live together because we have an unbreakable bond, that these days is more akin to best friendship. And I don't want her to be out of my life, but we'll sleep in separate rooms. We are also going to book some sessions with a marriage counselor to figure our SHT out. It sucks, but part of me is relieved and I think I'm doing the right thing. In all honesty though, I feel slightly ashamed that she cheated on me. On the exterior we have a perfect life together. I have only told about 3 people that she cheated because I'm too embarrassed. Here are some of the best comments from our community. You are not less because she cheated. It's hard, and I understand the embarrassment, but the best way to realize you shouldn't be embarrassed is to quit telling yourself she is a good person. Good people don't risk other people's physical, mental, and emotional health. Why lie? Your truth should be of vital importance to your friends and family and your personal honor. I am not saying volunteer anything but be truthful if asked. Why imperil your other relationships with deceit? Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.